Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. We got the Season 14 balance patch last night and it went pretty much as expected. Thalnos got some really sweet buffs, Vultures got really sweet buffs, Moonkin got some interesting changes as well, maybe even enough to make it playable in some cases. And you can find all of those on Blizzard's website, you can find them in-game, it's going to give you a pop-up. But in this video I don't want to talk about that so much, I want to talk about what was undocumented, because the patch also included a number of changes that Blizzard did not talk about. So what are those changes? The first one is Murloc Tide Hunters, the careful aim talent. Range has been increased by plus 0.5. So range with careful aim is now 8.5. It used to be only 8, even though the talent says that it gives plus 2 range, it only gave plus 1.5. So this is a bug fix. And then another bug fix to Mountaineer. Mend pets heals up to 3 beasts in addition to the bear, up from 2. It's really hard to even get into a position where you can see that, but it was broken. It didn't heal as many beasts as it claimed to, and now it does. Then there's the Dryad Nature Swiftness change. They already had changed their mind a couple of times about it, and even the patch notes say that they're still iterating, but the version that they pushed live is also not exactly the same as in the patch notes. So Nature Swiftness is going to change mini's speed to 4, unless it is a siege mini. Well, that's as they said in the patch notes. But for siege minis, they said that they will give plus 100%, but it only adds plus 75%. So it's even worse for siege minis than documented. Then there's a Living Bomb. Oh, the poor Living Bomb that got hit by major nerfs because it was too good in mythics. So the main nerf to it was the explosion delay increased to 5 seconds, up from 2 seconds. It also only does half damage to bosses. But there is an undocumented feature, because if you have the Chain Reaction talent, then Chain Reaction talent, it got some nerfs, but it also got some buffs. It now also re-hits the original targets. So if the original targets survive the Chain Reaction, they're going to explode again. The Chain Reaction explosion, by the way, happens 3 seconds after the first explosion, up from 2 seconds as well, but not quite as long of a delay as the original one. I don't know if they're going to fix this, because Living Bomb flags the minis that it explodes, so that they have been Living Bombed recently, they cannot be Living Bombed immediately again. But now, because the delay is so long, 5 seconds, then they forget that they had been Living Bombed originally, and that's why Chain Reaction now reapplies. But we'll see if Blizzard is going to change that, or if Chain Reaction is just super good. And there's the Smoke Bomb Ambush talent, which is a really interesting talent. So yeah, but a little bit misleading naming, because it's not an ambush ability at all. It's actually plus 50% damage to the first strike that the minis do. It doesn't require stealth at all, so it doesn't have the same damage as real ambush. It doesn't require stealth like real ambush, it just shares nothing with real ambush. And actually it stacks really well with actual ambush effects. So if you have Premeditation Worgen, and you give it Smoke Bomb with ambush talent, the Worgen is going to deal 585 damage in a single hit. So that's huge damage. Other than that, Smoke Bomb duration, they said that they upped it, and you can see it in the game actually. But it's 8 seconds and the level modifier is 0.8 seconds. Bloodmage Thalnos was one of the main buffed minis, and it really got some pretty sweet buffs. So it got the lifesteal to baseline now at 8% healing, and it also gained lifesteal trait. And as a bonus, it now also has a lifesteal army bonus slot available. But there are no lifesteal minis other than Thalnos itself currently, so that bonus slot doesn't really do anything, it just exists. It didn't take any bonus slots away though, it's just a bonus slot. Also, the Drain Soul, the new talent, it stacks. So the minimum spell cost is 1 gold. You can make Living Bomb from 6 gold to 1 gold if you get some Drain Soul stacks going. And there is a 12-second cooldown on Drain Soul, so you can only get 1 cost reduction every 12 seconds, but that's independent for each Thalnos. So if you have 2 Thalnoses on the board, then when they kill minis, they can both discount your spells every 12 seconds. So you can get some really cheap spells if you have multiple copies of Talons on the board, and Talons overall looks pretty fun right now. It's just Moonkin, at least if you have the Typhoon talent, which you didn't really have any reason to have before. But Typhoon, it knocks enemies away. It actually stuns them for 1.5 seconds. It does not cost days, it causes a short stun. And then Typhoon, because now it activates on deploy, on death, and at 50% health. And the 50% health can be activated as many times as you like. There's no cooldown, there's no flag, nothing. Just heal the Moonkin above 50% health, get it damaged again, another Typhoon, heal, damaged, another Typhoon. So yeah, Moonkin has some fun things going on. Although obviously its damage is still quite lacking, so I'm not sure if it's still worthwhile, but it definitely is a little bit more fun than it used to be. And finally, there is a stealth buff for treants, because treants now gain plus 10% damage and health per additional gold spent, up from plus 5%. So previously, if you played a 10 gold treant team, so 10 treants, 10 gold, then those got plus 45% health and damage. And now they gain plus 90% health and damage, so they gain quite a little bit more. Back when this was introduced, back when Trent was introduced, originally this was supposed to be so that they gain plus 5% per gold spent, so that it's cumulative. So every time it's 5% to the previous gold count, so it just grows stronger and stronger, compounding interest. But they haven't been able to make that work, so it's still just additive now, but at plus 10% per gold spent means that treants get quite a bit of stats, and well, I'm still not sure if they're playable, but they are definitely a lot bigger now if you play them at high gold costs. So that's the new patch, and I have obviously also added all of these details to the advanced rulebook and the advanced mini details on the method website. So if you're interested in knowing everything about Rumble, I can highly recommend those resources. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.